Hello and welcome to the Play Android Game Reviews. My name is Daniel and today I'll be playing for you the arcade game Evil Escape by Venice Media. And well, here we have the starting screen and it's all about evil and horror and stuff like this. You have your, protagonist, the djinn with the axe, floating in the middle in front of a spooky, mansion in the background, all in nightly colors, all is dark with glowing windows here and a night sky. And you see while the djinn is floating, he's floating, I think, above a cemetery, I don't know, with those laughing faces in the earth here. So we have the game here. We have these buttons with, the appropriate style with blood and slime and I don't know what. And, it says music by Midnight Syndicate. So it has actually original score for the game and you hear it in the background already, I think. And we have a play button here. We have the crypt. We have a rate button and a more button. Rate button, I think, where you can rate the game in the Play Store, and a more button where you will find additional games from the developers. And the crypt, I'm gonna show you this later on, but let's just hop into the game and see how it plays. And hit play and it gets into the game right here and it says get ready, and we have those coins and we have 0 coins. We have to tap this orange blob button here. And you see, already failed here with the first barrier. It is basically a Flappy Bird kind of game. It's tapping to stay afloat and moving across the level and past those, trees here and collecting those coins. Because you need the coins later on to, purchase new stuff in the game. And, score is 0, best is 0. Game over here. Let's just play it again. Let's just try it again. And with a bit more attention. And here I got my first coin. And the second one. And the third one. No, I didn't. And, play it again. And, yeah. Fairly basic stuff if you're familiar with the Flappy Bird game, or, the kind of gameplay this one game spawned. Had quite the success when it was first released, and it spawned, as I said before, a wave of different games with basically the same principle of gameplay. And this one here, let's just skip the ad. This one here is no exception. It's the same thing, with the same setup, going past obstacles along a fixed course here, with the flapping, mechanics here. You have to tap for it to stay afloat, and it is quite frustrating actually, and quite, challenging, because, you see here, one hit with the trees and it's game over. And let's just try this again and again. And let's talk about the graphics a bit while I'm at it. You see, I already told you about the theme of the horror theme here, and it's kind of in this comic style. And it all looks like drawn out and hand drawn or not rendered in the sense of a 3D rendering here, and it's quite nice and looks actually quite polished. And what I would like to see a few more animations. Okay, you've got the tail of the djinn here wiggling, his hair wiggling, which is actually nice as well. And yeah, I think for a game like this, okay, why did I just blink? For a game like this, the graphics are pretty advanced, because if you think back at other games like the original Flappy Bird, you will remember it to have very crude graphics, with the bird being, well, pixelated and all. And here we have this nice comic style, this 2D style, with the horror theme here, which is a nice addition to the overall gameplay. And yeah, this is basically all there is to tell about the graphics. Let's talk about the sounds. And I told you before, it has original score in the game. And it keeps, well, it keeps to the original when it comes to in-game sounds, because you have these tapping sounds only. But you have these, well, these horror screams as well. So in terms of, well, notification sounds, indicator sounds, it's, well, a bit, I think it too few sounds here, but the music is quite good and it sets the mood for the horror theme of the game. So I think sounds are in the upper range of our score here. Could do better, could be a bit more varied when it comes to in-game sounds, but the music is really good. And so yeah, you have this with the music going on, which really enriches the whole atmosphere of the game. And of course, the thing about the controls here is it emulates it perfectly, the one-touch gameplay here of the original. So you have, well, just have to tap it, and it really works quite well, and there's no lag, no, well, inconsistencies with the touch controls here, which is quite needed, of course, because it needs precision, it needs to be lag-free here, and the game really provides this for the player. And it's quite intuitive as well, because because it's so fast-paced when it comes to, well, new rounds and getting into the game again, you'll learn it quite quickly here, I'd say. So you just have to tap, and with every tap, well, it just goes back into the air. Pretty self-explanatory here. And here we have an ad coming up, and this wasn't supposed to happen. This is quite ingenious here with the ads coming up here during playing, because you're just tapping along mindlessly, and then the ad just comes up and you tap the ad here. So sorry for this one, for this distraction here. And let's talk about bit originality. I told you before, and I'm talking about it constantly. It's a Flappy Bird, well, successor, I'd say, or emulation of Flappy Bird here, basically, because you have the same exact gameplay mode, and with a few additions, of course, like the blinking out, making it a bit harder, but still, it's basically the same gameplay. And the only thing, well, that's really different here is the theme, or the overall theme, what it's about. And the theme itself, when it comes to this, the game really does a good job and doesn't rely so much on the gameplay, but it really, well, has something to show for. But still, I think in terms of originality, overall concept here of gameplay and what the game is all about, it's, well, not really original. I mean, there are tons of other games with the basic gameplay out there, and it has to compete with all of them. So in terms of originality, I really think not really original right here. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Then let's just take a look at the other options here in the main menu. Like I said before, let's take a look at the crypt. Here we have different characters we can unlock, and we can either buy them for real money or unlock them with our in-game scores. And we have currently 118, and we need 1,000 at least to buy the other guys here, like a Grim Reaper, a Count Dracula, a Wicked Witch, Demonic Bat, the Djinn we already have, and a Spooky Ghost. So this is kind of thing that's missing from a lot of these competitors that basically do the same, because, well, it's unlockable characters, it's something you have to play for, and this really adds to the replay value of the game, because, well, you have something to go for and play it again and again. But still, well, if you played these games before, it's nothing new, and the frustration factor is quite high, but also it's quite addictive, and you want to play it again and again. So yeah, in terms of replayability, I'd say still, for me, it's nothing that really excites me that much that I want to replay it again. So it's basically in the lower scores, in the lower area of our score here. And yeah, this is basically all there is to say about this game. And if you want to read an in-depth review, head right over to playandroid.com. You'll find the link in the video description as always. And you'll find a link to the Google Play Store as well, where you can download Evil Escape for free. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll tune in next time. And until then, I say goodbye.